Do you think horror games are scary? Try surviving them with a friend, screaming, blaming, and laughing your way through the terror. Here are the best split-screen horror games that turn shared fear into unforgettable fun. Let's start with something that feels like directing your own horror movie. When it works, it's magic, and the Quarry delivers that magic in spades. This supernatural slasher transforms movie night into an interactive nightmare where every choice matters. Two players navigate branching storylines as camp counselors facing ancient horrors in the woods. With stunning visuals and Hollywood-quality performances, you'll debate every decision while something prowls just beyond the firelight. Moving from slasher thrills to supernatural drama, we have David Cage's most haunting creation. Beyond, Two Souls gets a genuine upgrade in split-screen mode, where one player controls Jodie while the other commands her spectral companion Aiden. This unique dynamic creates moments of genuine terror as you coordinate between the physical and paranormal realms. The emotional horror hits different when you're both invested in Jodie's journey through trauma, government conspiracies, and otherworldly encounters. Speaking of cooperative storytelling, Supermassive Games takes things underground with House of Ashes. Buried beneath the sands of Iraq lies an ancient evil, and this time you're both along for the terrifying ride. House of Ashes blends military tension with Lovecraftian horror as soldiers and archaeologists face underground monsters. The shared narrative creates genuine arguments about character choices, while the atmospheric underground sequences will have you both jumping at shadows. Now, if you prefer your scares with a side of mystery, this indie gem proves that split-screen horror doesn't need Hollywood budgets to deliver genuine terror. Emissary Zero throws two players into a mysterious facility where reality itself seems to be breaking down. The minimalist aesthetic and sound design create an oppressive atmosphere where every door opening becomes an exercise in terror. Perfect for players who appreciate psychological horror over jump scares. Of course, we can't talk split-screen horror without mentioning the franchise that helped define it. Say what you will about Resident Evil 6's departure from pure survival horror. Its split-screen co-op remains absolutely legendary. RE5 was designed for two players from the ground up, and RE6 expanded that formula across multiple interconnected campaigns. Whether you're Chris punching boulders or Leon navigating zombie-infested streets, the over-the-top action creates hilarious and horrifying moments in equal measure. Shifting gears to something more atmospheric, Perennial Order proves that not all horror needs to be loud and violent. This haunting experience focuses on exploration and puzzle solving rather than combat, making communication between players absolutely essential. Set in a world where nature itself has turned malevolent, Perennial Order creates tension through environmental storytelling and cooperative problem-solving. The split-screen implementation allows both players to experience the world's dark beauty while working together to uncover its secrets. But if you want tension that builds over hours rather than moments, Project Zomboid delivers survival horror at its most brutal. With split-screen multiplayer supporting up to 4 people playing together with just one copy of the game, this isometric zombie apocalypse simulator becomes exponentially more intense when shared. Every supply run becomes a nail-biting adventure where one mistake can doom both players. Sometimes, though, you just want to embrace the chaos. And that's where Bloodfresh Supply comes roaring in. Monolith's cult classic gets modern treatment while retaining every ounce of its split-screen mayhem. This enhanced version of the 1997 shooter brings Caleb's supernatural vengeance to local co-op, where 2 players can paint the screen red while battling cultists and demons. The dark humor and over-the-top violence create a perfect B-movie horror atmosphere that's best shared with a friend. Now here's something you definitely weren't expecting, because who says horror can't have wheels? This bizarre fusion of kart racing and survival horror creates something entirely unique in the split-screen space. Players race through nightmare landscapes while avoiding supernatural hazards and competing for escape routes. The juxtaposition of colorful racing mechanics with genuinely creepy atmosphere creates an experience that's both thrilling and unsettling. And finally, we end with perhaps the most relatable horror of all. Zombie Admin transforms the most terrifying setting imaginable, corporate bureaucracy, and somehow makes it worse by adding actual zombies. This darkly comedic horror game transforms mundane office tasks into split-screen survival challenges. 2 players must navigate both office politics and zombie outbreaks, creating moments of genuine horror punctuated by absurdist humor. It's the perfect game for anyone who's ever felt their job was sucking their soul away. These 10 games prove that horror is always better with company, even when that company is screaming in your ear about your terrible aim. Hit the subscribe button for more gaming updates.